All right, so here we got Fernando Mendoza in the national championship game. And I just want y'all to look at this play right here. There's 9:27 left on the clock. It's 4th and 5. So one of two things here. 9:27 is the date, September 27th, which is the inception date of the Jesuit order. And keep out, it's 4th and 5. Shortly after this play, so Mendoza gets a touchdown on this play, and then Miami got a touchdown of their own. And that put the score at 24-21, which is 45 total points. So a little bit of foreshadowing there. But I just want y'all to take a look at this play, because if y'all don't know much about Jesuits are quite theatrical and fucking dramatic. Amidst their fucking pedophilia and rape-induced rituals, they get quite dramatic. So let's watch this touchdown here, because they called a timeout right before this play, and it couldn't be more dramatic of a moment as Fernando Mendoza breaks tackles and dives into the fucking end zone. And we got whatever the fuck that is going on right there. So after all that Jesuit drama, Indiana wins the game. And Fernando Mendoza gives quite a questionable post-game interview that couldn't be any more fucking Jesuit. So without further ado, let's take a look at that interview.
How did you get it in there, though? You had to go airborne, Fernando.
I had to go airborne, and I'll die for my team. Whatever they need me to do, they need me to take, shots in the front and the back, whatever it is, I'm going to die for my team out there, and I know they're going to do the same for me. That's what makes us so close, and that's what makes us...
Nah, so you heard the man right there. After the victory, after the game, after the dramatic touchdown, this man goes on live television talking about how he would take shots in the front and the back for his team. Now, this is a collegiate football event in a United States premier fucking university. So unfortunately, it's safe to say we know what kind of shots this motherfucker is talking about. It's got nothing to do with what's going on the football field. So I'm going to show you a further pattern. Wherever the Jesuitism goes, the homosexuality always follows. And I know I mentioned that in my last upload about Tom Brady and Josh Allen. But the same thing prevails here. And I want to show you guys the exact pattern behind that. So Fernando Mendoza, that's obviously his birth name, right? Now, that's an interesting birth name, because Saint Anthony of Padua of the Catholic Church, his birth name was actually Fernando as well, just like Fernando Mendoza. And what's so fascinating about that is this video from the official ESPN College Football YouTube channel was exactly 136 in length, just like the feast date of Saint Anthony of Padua, the 13th of June, the date that can be written 13/6. And furthermore, at the half, Indiana had a total of 169 yards and 116 passing yards. Now, both of these numbers are quite relevant to the ritual, because St. Anthony of Padua was proclaimed as a doctor of the Roman Catholic Church on the date January 16th, the date you can write 1/16, like the number 116. And of course, they had 169 total yards as a team. In gematria, in the English Standard Cipher, Anthony has gematria of 1069. And of course, in numerology, which is the interpretation of numbers, 0 has no value. So 1069 is no different than 169 in numerology. And then Anthony of Padua in the Latin cipher equals 961, which is the reflection of 169. It's 169 flipped. And so, again, we have another case where we're watching football, and, most of America thinks that this is a sport, this is actual competition. But in reality, what you are watching is actually the Roman Catholic Church proceeding in a ritual in the form of theatrics. And the code shows it without a shadow of a doubt. Fernando Mendoza's got these connections to Anthony of Padua all over the fucking place. And wherever Anthony Padua follows, the sexual perversion seems to come with it. And I also found this interesting as well. The very first picture when I Googled Fernando Mendoza was him praying in front of the Peach Bowl championship trophy. And the image was taken by a man named Todd Kirkland, which is quite interesting because the word Kirk actually means a church. And what do you do at a church? You pray. And what did Fernando Mendoza do in his post-game interview? He gave all glory to God. So, again, football is really just a prayer service. It's not competition. It's church. Which is quite it's quite an oxymoron, you know. A sport's not supposed to be church, but in this reality it is. The church seems to be practicing dick and ass, unfortunately. Quite telling here, Fernando Mendoza wasn't shy to let you know that he's had it up, you know, both holes. And that's just how the game goes. Yeah, that's how these Jesuits get down. And these motherfuckers are running a global pedophile, rape, trafficking conspiracy through sorcery. But with that being said, I'm signing out. Peace.